What if I told you that in just a few months, your dream of driving away in a brand new top-of-the-line SUV for thousands below MSRP isn't just a possibility, it's an absolute certainty? And that the very people selling you the car will be secretly relieved you showed up? That's not a fantasy. It's the direct result of a perfect storm brewing in the automotive industry, and it's set to make 2025 a year for the history books, but not in a way dealers are going to like. Welcome to the coming dealer crisis. For the past few years, automakers have been pumping out SUVs like there's no tomorrow, betting on post-pandemic demand that was supercharged by supply chain shortages. Remember when you had to wait 6 months and pay over sticker price? That created a false economy. Manufacturers saw record profits per vehicle and ramped up production to insane levels. But here's the problem. The demand side of the equation has fundamentally shifted. Interest rates have skyrocketed, making car loans significantly more expensive for the average buyer. Meanwhile, economic uncertainty is causing many families to hold off on big-ticket purchases. The result? A massive, and I mean massive, disconnect. The factories are still churning out SUVs at a 2021 pace, but the buyers for all those vehicles have vanished. This has created a tidal wave of inventory that's currently heading straight for dealer lots, and when it hits in early 2025, the panic will set in. Dealers have floor space to clear and monthly interest payments to meet on every car sitting on their lot. When they're staring at a sea of unsold metal, their only option is to slash prices. So, what does this crisis actually look like on the ground? Imagine a parking lot so vast it looks like a sea of sheet metal. That's the reality right now at distribution centers across the country. We're not talking about a few extra cars, we're talking about an inventory glut of historic proportions. The key metric to understand here is called days supply. Basically, it's how long it would take a dealer to sell out of their current inventory if no new cars arrived. For decades, a healthy number was around 60 days. Today, for many popular SUV models, we're seeing that number creep past 90, even 100 days. That means dealers are sitting on a 3 to 4 month supply of vehicles that, frankly, aren't moving. And with new trucks arriving weekly, the pressure is building exponentially. But why SUVs specifically? Because that's where the manufacturers bet the entire farm. When gas prices stabilized, everyone wanted the space, the height, and the perception of safety that an SUV offers. So, the factories shifted nearly all their focus to producing as many as possible. But they overshot the runway by a mile. Now you have every brand, from mainstream to luxury, fighting for the same shrinking pool of buyers with nearly identical products. This creates a domino effect. A dealer's lot is not free real estate. They pay interest on every single vehicle there, known as floor plan financing. The longer an SUV sits, the more it eats into any potential profit. After about 90 days, that SUV becomes a financial liability. It's not just about making a sale anymore, it's about stopping the bleeding. And when every dealer on the same auto mall is in the exact same desperate situation, that right there is when the real discounts begin. Now, when we say dealers will be literally giving these SUVs away, I can already see the comment section. Yeah, right, they'll just add hidden fees. And that's a fair point. So let's decode what giving away really means in the dealer's playbook, because it's more than just a low sticker price. First, you have to understand the concept of dealer holdback. This is a secret little percentage, usually around 2 or 3% of the MSRP, that the manufacturer pays back to the dealer after the car is sold. It's built-in profit. In a normal market, a dealer would never dip below this. But in a crisis, they absolutely will. Selling a car below invoice price, even dipping into that holdback becomes a viable option. Why? Because a small loss on one car is better than the continuous financial drain of it. Sitting on the lot for another month. Second, manufacturers will be firing up their incentive cannons. We're talking about direct-to-consumer cashback offers, special subsidized interest rates like 0% or 0.9% APR, which is huge when bank rates are high, and bonus cash for recent college grads or members of the military. These incentives come directly from the factory, not the dealer's pocket. making the real price of the SUV much, much lower. So, literally giving away means the perfect storm of a dealer willing to sell at or even below their true cost, combined with massive factory incentives that you stack on top. The final price you negotiate could be thousands upon thousands below the official window sticker. You're not just haggling with the sales manager, you're capitalizing on a systemic failure in their inventory system. And that brings us to the main event, the specific SUVs where this fire sale will be the most dramatic. All right, this is what you've been waiting for, the Magnificent Seven. These are the SUVs we predict will have the most jaw-dropping discounts in 2025. We've chosen them based on current inventory levels, recent redesigns that'll make older models less desirable, and intense competition in their segment. Remember, the goal here is to find the perfect intersection of a great vehicle and a desperate dealer. First up, the Ford Explorer. It's a household name, but it's in a brutally competitive mid-size SUV category. With a redesign potentially on the horizon for 2026, dealers will be extremely motivated to clear out the current, still excellent 2025 models. Expect to see massive incentives here. Number 2, the Nissan Rogue. Nissan has been aggressive with pricing for years, and with a packed lot, they will have no choice but to double down. The Rogue offers fantastic standard safety tech, and when discounted, it becomes an unbelievable value proposition. Third, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. This is an interesting one. The revered nameplate has complex manufacturing and high production volumes. With rising gas prices making some buyers hesitant, the non-4X models could see significant price adjustments to keep them moving. Fourth, the Hyundai Tucson Chas Santa Fe. Hyundai and Kia have been production powerhouses, but this leaves them vulnerable to an inventory glut. The Tucson, with its radical design, and the all-new Santa Fe will be fighting for attention, leading to dealer discounts stacked on top of strong factory support. 5 and 6, the Chevrolet Traverse and GMC Acadia. These large three-row family haulers are in a segment that's feeling the squeeze from larger SUVs and more efficient minivans. GM will likely use hefty cashback offers to ensure these don't stagnate on dealer lots. And finally, number 7, the Volkswagen Atlas. It's a huge SUV designed specifically for the American market, and VW needs to hit sales targets. This combination often leads to some of the most aggressive lease deals and financing specials on the market. These 7 represent your greatest opportunities, but knowing which SUV to target is only half the battle. The other half is knowing exactly how to walk into the dealership and secure the deal. So, you've chosen your target from the Magnificent 7. Now, how do you ensure you actually get the once-in-a-decade deal and not just a slightly better price? It's all about strategy. Forget everything you think you know about haggling. In this market, you have the power, but only if you use it correctly. Here's your step-by-step battle plan. Step 1. Arm yourself with information. Don't just walk in. Know the exact trim level you want. Use online tools to find the invoice price, not the MSRP. That's your true starting point for negotiation. Also, research all available manufacturer incentives before you go. These are your weapons. Step 2. Go digital first. You have the ultimate advantage: anonymity. Email the internet sales managers of at least 5 different dealerships within a 100-mile radius. In your email, be specific. I am ready to buy a 2025 SUV model exact trim in the next 48 hours. What is your best out-the-door price, including all fees and incentives? This makes them compete against each other for your business, without the pressure of you being on the lot. Step 3. Negotiate the price, then the trade-in, then the financing. This is critical. Lock in the final purchase price of the new SUV first. Only after you have that in writing should you even discuss the value of your trade-in. And only after that should you talk about monthly payments or financing. This prevents them from bundling everything together to confuse you. Step 4. Be ready to walk away. This is your most powerful tool. If the deal isn't meeting your expectations, thank them for their time and leave. In a crisis, they are far more likely to call you back with a better offer than let a ready and willing buyer walk out the door. Your patience will be rewarded with thousands in savings. If this inside info just saved you a fortune, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Why? Because the deals are changing every week, and we'll be here to decode them all for you. Turning on notifications means you won't miss our next video where we reveal the one truck brand that's already starting to panic.